When God gave Israel the Ten Commandments, they were not yet a settled people. They had no land, no king, no standing legal system, and no shared national culture. They were newly freed slaves, fresh out of Egypt, still learning what freedom even meant. For over 400 years, their lives had been controlled by Pharaoh's laws, punishments, and gods. Now, at Mount Sinai, something historic happened. God formed Israel not just as a people, but as a moral nation. The Ten Commandments were given early in Israel's journey, shortly after the Exodus and before they entered the Promised Land. This timing matters. God did not wait until they were prosperous or organized. He gave the law while they were still dependent on Him for food, water, and direction. The commandments were not a reaction to chaos, they were a foundation meant to prevent it. This is why the commandments were necessary. Israel needed more than freedom from slavery. They needed freedom from chaos. Slaves do not create laws, they obey them. Free people must learn self-governance. The Ten Commandments provided moral boundaries that would shape Israel's identity, relationships, and worship. They revealed what kind of God Israel served and what kind of society they were meant to build. Unlike surrounding nations whose laws were enforced by kings, Israel's laws came directly from God. This established a radical idea for the ancient world. No human ruler was above moral law. These are the Ten Commandments handed down to the Israelites through Moses. 1. You shall have no other gods before me. This command established loyalty. Israel was called to worship one God in a world overflowing with idols. 2. You shall not make idols. God rejected physical representations because He could not be controlled, reduced, or manipulated. 3. You shall not take the name of the Lord in vain. God's name represented His character. This command guarded reverence and integrity. 4. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Rest became a moral command. In a world of endless labor, God insisted on dignity and trust. 5. Honor your father and mother. Stability in society begins in the family. This command protected generational order and respect. 6. You shall not murder. Human life was declared sacred because humans bear God's image. 7. You shall not commit adultery. This preserved trust, family structure, and social stability. 8. You shall not steal. Property and labor were to be respected, discouraging exploitation. 9. You shall not bear false witness. Truth was essential for justice. Lies corrode communities. 10. You shall not covet. This final command addressed the heart, teaching that wrongdoing often begins with desire. Together, these laws governed worship, relationships, justice, and personal character. Though given to Israel, the Ten Commandments have continued to shape the global sense of morality. Principles against murder, theft, perjury, and adultery appear in legal systems worldwide. Many modern constitutions and legal frameworks reflect these values, even in secular societies, because they address universal human behavior. For Christians today, the commandments are not a means of earning salvation, but a moral compass. Jesus summarized them into love for God and love for neighbor, showing that the law's purpose was always relational, not merely legal. The Ten Commandments remind believers that faith is not only spiritual, it is practical. They shape how people treat God, others, and themselves. In a world still wrestling with justice, truth, rest, loyalty, and integrity, These ancient words spoken to a young nation remain remarkably current.
Did you enjoy the story? Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. This motivates us to create more Bible-inspired stories to share with you. God bless you.